Today we're able to make $2,500, almost $2,600 trading. And this time, if you look here, you'll see that by 7:18 I was already done trading for the day. And the market is still open, but I just want to walk you through my strategy, my very simple strategy that I use. And if you've been trading and you are not making money in the market, my goal here is to simplify everything, to make it really simple so that even a 5-year-old can understand. My journey did not used to be like this. There was a time in my life when I was also losing money, but because my strategies were so complicated, everything was so complicated, I was using so many indicators until I withdrew myself, sat down and studied, and I started using price action. I started focusing on specific things, making my strategy very simple in a way that I can see it every day in the market. That is my goal here, to simplify trading so that anybody can start making money in the market. It doesn't matter how old you are, it doesn't matter. This is an opportunity that we can all take and actually start making money in this market. If you have been trading and you are not making money, then you need to sit down and think, okay, why have I not been making money? One of the things that really changed things for me is when I decided and I told myself that this platform where I'm trading just gives me only one trade a day. Then if that's the case, what trade am I going to take? So I'm not going to be chasing after trade. So anyway, my goal here is to help simplify things for you. So let's go ahead and go to the chart. Let me show you everything, walk you through my simple strategy that I repeat every day in the market. So just to give you a general perspective, when you look at charts in the market, charts will either continue. So I've already talked about market structure. If you've not watched that video, go ahead and watch that video. If you look at this here, assuming that price is coming down, then when price comes down, there will be some kind of consolidation, and after that consolidation, price might actually break out, and then we wait for a retest, and this is the exact position where you should be taking your trade when it retests and then it goes back. It means that this support that we used to have, because this line was supporting everything here, but now this line has turned to resistance. Now it's resisting price from going up, and now this is the right place for you to be able to enter your trade and then just ride it down. Now if you come here, if price was coming on this direction, the same thing happens. You see that it consolidates here. This is what price normally does. It's going to consolidate for some time and then it breaks out. If it breaks out, sometimes people can take trades here when it breaks out, but that is not a high quality trade. But if you wait for it to come and retest, then this is the best place for you to enter, because you see that this resistance has turned into support and now it goes up. You just ride it up and you make the money as it goes up. Now another option that can be in the market is that price can also come down like this, and now it retests also just as it was doing. Instead of breaking down, you see that it can go up and then retest and then goes up, and this is going to be the right place for you to enter. Now when you have this general idea, this is like theory, right? How do we now apply these things on the chart? Let's go to the chart. Let me show you. So this is ES. I was trading ES today, and if you look at it right here, so just as I've said before, if you don't understand what all of this is about, I have a free course that I've made down below. You can go ahead and watch that video first. It will give you a general understanding of what futures is all about, and when you have that general understanding, then you'll be able to understand what we are doing here. So now for those who have been here for some time, you know that when the market opens, I always go and mark my previous day candles high and the previous day low. Now when I've marked it like that, after I do that, I just drop down to 1 hour just to see if there is any point of interest. If I wanted, I could also mark this point here, because you see that there is some point of interest here. But the reason why I really don't care is because price is right down here, right? If price is down here, it might take a while for it to get right up here, and I will not be trading at that time, because I mostly trade 30 minutes to 1 hour from the time when the market open. That is all the time I need to make my money in the market, and then I leave. So now that's why I really don't care to mark this at this time. So now what will happen is that from here I'll go down to 15 minutes. So I'll drop down to 15 minutes, and now when it's at 15 minutes, you can see things again clearly. So after I do all of that, I drop down now to 5 minutes. I make sure that my first 5-minute candle So this is 6:30 my time. When the market opened, I'm in PST. When the market opens, I wait for this first 5-minute candle to form. Now you see that I come and I mark this line, this white line. I change the color just so that it makes it easier for me to understand that it is the first 5 minutes. So I go ahead after the first 5 minutes. When the market opens, I'm going to come here and I'm going to mark the low and the top of this first 5-minute candle. This is when I'm now ready to start trading for the day. After I've done all of this, I've marked my 5-minute candle. I drop down now to 1 minute and then I start watching to see where I can enter my trade. So let's just watch and see how the market plays out. And now I'm just sitting there watching. You see how it's consolidating. It's just playing out in between my candles. I'm waiting now. If it breaks out here or if it breaks down on any of this direction, I wait for a retest and then I enter my trade. So now we see that it breaks out there. There is some kind of retest, but it is just really just going. At this point, you could take a trade here, but I didn't. So I waited until this point. So you see how it came here. And now another thing that you have to really learn is candle formation. Every time when a candle is at key level, you start looking at it. So these 3 candles, 1, 2, 3, they are very important candles. Now you see how it's coming down. This red candle forms. Now the green candles come here. You see that sellers came down, but buyers push this candle back up. And now another thing that is very important is the next green candle forms above this previous candle. That is something that is very important. So when you understand candlesticks formation, you'll be able to know that this is a bullish pattern that is forming here. So at this point, you are ready to take your trade, right? So you are just waiting now. This other one came and retested here, and then you just watch and wait. So now at this point, this is where I took this trade, and I'm going to walk you through how I took the trade. Now you see where I entered my trade, and now it's playing. And at this point, you see that there is some resistance here. It crossed, but now it also came here, and this now is acting as a support zone. You just watch it and wait. So when you enter a trade, you start thinking, okay, maybe you are going to take profit here. But you see how it went very fast. So now you are not worried about anything, because now this area has become support. There is high possibility that it's going to come to this other level, and there is high possibility that it's going to go up. So that is what you do when you are trading. And now you just sit there and you are watching. So see what happened. And now it just keep going like that, and you are watching. So you see how it respects those lines that we drew. Now it got here and then it turned back and it started reversing. So you see, you also look at your candlestick formation. You can see how the candles are. Look at what is happening here. So overcomers, this is a trade I took from here to here, and I came out around here. So let's go now. Let me walk you through the trade. And now that you've already understood how I was able to take that trade, let me go and show you how it played out. So this is the trade, and this is where I was able to enter the trade. You can see right here. So you can see how it passed this first level, and we are just there in the trade. And now you can see how the trade is playing out. You are watching. This is how it all went. At this point, we're already at 1,600, and you are just waiting to see if it breaks through. Right now, my stop loss is here. I have brought it to equilibrium, which means that there is no way I can lose any money in this trade. And now what I have to do is that as it moves, I just have to keep moving my stop loss and then bringing it right below this candlestick right here. So that is what you do. You just keep managing your trade. So this is me now moving my stop loss when I see that this candle has already formed. Now at this point, I bring my stop loss, and I've already secured $1,500, and I know that in this trade there is no way I can come out losing, because I've already secured $1,500. So if this trade comes back against me and hit my stop loss, then I'm going to come out at this point. So that is how it plays. You just walk through, you just keep managing your trade, and then you go just like that. So overcomers, I hope you have learned something. You've seen how I manage my trade. You've understood how I use this simple strategy every day to make money in the market. The one thing that I will tell you is that just make sure that you have a repeatable system. Don't make things complicated. understand candlesticks, understand market structure. When you understand those things, you begin to make money in the market. Don't focus on indicators. When you use indicators, use them just as confirmation. When I started trading, people will be like, oh, enter when it crosses, when it goes like this, and I follow those things. It did not help me until when I sat down and I understood price action. I understood my own strategy that is going to work for me, and that is how things automatically change. So overcomers, I just want to encourage you. Hopefully you've learned something. If you have any question, go ahead and put it down below. If you are struggling in any way and you need help, there is going to be a link down below. You can just go ahead and check it out, sign it up, like the video if you've not liked it. So if you have not yet subscribed, subscribe. Let's get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. We are growing as a community. And if you know someone who has been wanting to trade, who has been struggling to trade, maybe they are wasting money in the market, overcomers, it is time for us to arise. We don't have to give money to the market, right? You can share it with them, share this channel with them, so that they too will be able to learn, and we are going to grow together as a community. So I'm going to see you in the next video. Love you all so much.